Check the microphone. 1, 2. We're live on the tube. Man, oh man, I just got off a crazy phone call. But it was a good one. It was one of those that, like, you don't know how it's going to end up. When the person calls and they're like, "Are you recording this?" And I was like, "I absolutely am." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then that went into a long conversation, which one day I'll edit and play for you guys. It's a brilliant conversation, but it brought up this thought in my mind about the YouTube community of crime people from, all this true crime etiquette, the true crime community, this community that Dad with the Phone just invaded, took over, and is about to completely take over the game. But I figured I would do Dad's rules to chat, so that all my listeners can understand Dad's rules to chat. And then I thought I would touch on Dad's rules to content creators in chat as a whole. What is the content creators etiquette inside another channel's live video? I thought this was a great subject to go after, since after yesterday we both had like content consumer trolls, and we had content creator enter into other people's domains and try to take over and try to do this and that. So I figured I would address my rules to this. So this rules first don't apply to anyone else but Dad with the Phone channel. And that way people can understand like what I expect from the people who are watching my lives and or people that show up here. And first would be, obviously, there's no like real name calling that has to go on. Now, if we're discussing Chris Watts and somebody says that SOB did this SOB, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, I don't think that's necessarily the best thing, but I know that names sometimes give people the release of emotion. So a little name calling to the predators that we talk about sometimes, that's not what I'm talking about. But when there's one person in here and another person in here, and there's a disagreement in a discussion that ends in name calling, that's like grade school elementary shit. Right? That's what we did in grade school. And that's what we did when we were on the playground, right? Or we were worried about, or maybe we did it all the way through high school. First of all, I didn't go to a regular high school, or I dropped out of school early, and I was never in classification of a regular student in the public school system. So I kind of lived outside the box from the second grade. And so but it's still grade school shit. It's just grade school shit, name calling. And I've been called every name in the book, by the way. There's not a name that I haven't been called. And that just comes with the territory of being the best. And so you get called a lot of names when you're the best at something. I'm just joking right now because I understand that I'm a small fish in a big ass pond of people. And so these are just my rules. So you don't have to call each other names. That's cool, right? And then now we can all call Casey names. Is Casey in here, by the way? Probably not. Casey here, laugh out loud. She'll love the rules. We can call Casey names. I'm just teasing. We should not call Casey names. We should not pick on anybody, especially yourselves. Okay, so you guys are the content consumer. The majority of you guys are content consumers in here. Now, there are some content creators, because I see Miss Murder just showed up. And let me just tell you something. Don't mess with the Australians, because they will turn quick. Flip the switch. If they flip the switch on you, go Aussie. Listen, they just lost the UFC champ, but I ain't even lying. It could have been a bad deal. So anyway, content creators versus content consumer. You're the content consumer, and you choose to consume here because you get to engage with other people. But when name calling comes in and all that crap, why call each other names? I do believe that a content consumer should be able to reach out and express their frustration to the content creator. So a little bit of frustration complaining to me or about me, that's a little bit allowed on there, you know. If somebody says this dude is boring, okay, well, cool. That's awesome. That didn't hurt my feelings at all. So I think that comment could stay if you ever become a wrench on my, we'll get to wrenches, by the way. If you ever become a wrench, this guy's boring. He's outlandish. Those things are okay when the consumer's talking to the person in which channel they're on. I don't mind that at all. Now, if you're a content creator and you come over here and you start, there's rules and etiquette to content, and I've broken probably all of these rules, by the way. I know I've broken this rule with J is for justice. So I can say this because I've broken this rule. I have broke this rule. I haven't broke all the rules I'm setting, but I broke this rule. If a content creator comes over to my channel and says, man, I'm about to drop this big ass video on my channel, in my mind, that is unethical. And I've done this to the very people I like, Jay. Now, to Dad's defense, I did it to Jay and I was like, oh shit, I just did that. I'm not going to drop that video till after you're done, Jay, I promise. But I've done that to Jay. And I think that that's a terrible thing that content creators can do, is come over and try to hijack a live video. Do I think content creators should be able to come in and engage in chat? Yes, I do. But they need to engage with some ethics involved in this idea that right now I'm in the middle of a live broadcast and I'm talking about something. And there are some people in here that watch both content creators. And so when a content creator comes in and like hijacks a chat, there's something inside me that's like, I don't even want to go hijack. I don't even want to go. Sometimes I go listen to Jay and I don't ever say anything because I don't want people to even know I'm there and start a conversation. I want to see the conversation roll out from the consumer side of things. But when it's like if a network, NBC, started going over to Fox and like interrupting their commercials, right? It's just this, and this is, I'm talking about in the small community of crime. I'm not even talking about in the larger community of YouTube. I'm talking about in the small community in which Dad invaded. I've noticed this amongst chats. When a content creator comes in and they try to hijack a chat, say hello, say I'm there listening. Hey, what are we talking about? There's going to be, I don't mind it at all, by the way, in my own, but I'm just talking about rules and ethics amongst creators for a second. Consumers should be able to say whatever the hell they want. That's why they're here. They're here to look at a live chat. They're here to get along with it. But when a content creator comes over and tries, and first of all, unless there is an actual agreement between creators, like if there's an agreement that is publicly known that, hey, I push this stuff and this person pushes me. This is why, like, I use the example of Jay, because I love, first of all, when Jay comes over to my channels and Miss Murder and True Crime Truth Finders and whoever else. And so I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying this because I don't like the engagement that happens on my channel. I've just watched it now amongst other people's channels, and I'm trying to think of my own etiquette when I go into another person's live video or a live channel. What do I want to talk about, and how do I want to steer the conversation in that live chat? Like, you know, I want to promote and help and push that channel if I'm in there, and that's just my own etiquette, and I hope that I've done more of that than I've done anything else. But the flip side of this is the drama between the crime community. It is very obvious to everyone on everybody's channel, which is interesting. As an outsider that's only been in this space for 2 months, it is a little bit longer than that, but whatever. obvious this underlining weird competition amongst a very small group of people. And how that engages on different people's channels is interesting to me as a creator, and how the consumer has started to engage in that conversation. I'm about to play a recording, not in full, not even close to in full, and I haven't edited this, so I have to play up and down with the volume. But the consumer is watching, and that's what every content creator needs to know. Okay. Let me see. And I said, that was very. So to set this up, I had a conversation today that wasn't necessarily the best conversation I wanted to have with people. I picked up my phone to a random phone caller. The phone caller said, "Is this Dad with a phone?" And I said, "Absolutely, this is Dad with a phone." And the caller said, "Is this call being recorded?" And I said, "Absolutely, this call's being recorded." And she was like, "Oh, crap." And so I said, "But I'll talk to you. I just know it's being recorded, And I use all this crap, And so I then went on to have a conversation with somebody, and I'm going to try to protect this person, so that's why I'm waiting. I'm trying to get to I wish I could preview this. Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, well, he started over at a different channel over on Miss Murder Australia.
And I remember him saying on his channel when I was watching him, which I don't watch anymore, don't come, if you're going to come on my channel, don't start trouble.
Well,
and even his moderators were saying the same thing, but yet he can go on other people's channels and start. And I even said that to him. I emailed him.
Well, I was over at Miss Murder Australia, and
I'm watching it now.
Yeah, and
he started some crap with her.
Well, yeah, if you go to the end,
right now,
it happened.
In my bedroom, and I said, let me call him up and let him know what he's done in the past. And it's not just you. Don't think it's just you.
Oh,
he's starting with everybody.
Well, I mean, again, I want to be. I want to be honest when I say this. Yesterday was in my opinion, yesterday was all open. It was a time for them to show their faces. Gray showed his face open and in public, and that for that I respect him. The problem is
he. Why does he have to call people idiots?
Well, name calling. That's grade school stuff.
What professional does that?
That's grade school. That's grade school stuff. No, you're correct.
Right. He should be better than that.
Well,
he should be better than that. Put himself above that. And he doesn't like it when that's done on his channel. And that's what I'm telling you.
No, I totally agree with you. It's one of those things that,
I don't feel bad because he's jealous of you, and he's trying to not make you have subscribers, which you are going to have. And he's jealous, and because if he weren't jealous, he wouldn't be doing it.
All right. I just wanted to use that quick little clip. I mean, I had a 45-minute conversation about all kinds of stuff, but this was the caller. They wanted to call in. They gave me some great encouragement after they called me. This is not during a show. This was just random. They called in and told me this stuff. And that's just a message to the content creators out there, to the content creators, whoever you are, it doesn't matter. The consumer's watching, and when the consumer's watching other channels and watching things go down on other places, they're going to watch it, man. And if you have built a brand or whatever you have going, don't let jealousy be what pulls you down. If we take anything from that caller, And so the rules of engagement in the chat are different for consumer versus content creator. They really are. They're different because the content creator should be building people up, should be building the other channels up. I mean, this is the only way they're gonna get to the top, is to encourage and give to other channels. Because if they just try to take, or if I was going around and trying to invade other people's conversations and other people's live chats all the time, just trying to take subscribers, I'm telling y'all right now, 100%, without a doubt in my mind, I give a shit about a sub button, a like button, a dislike button, or any of that. I am more encouraged, and I told this caller during our conversation, I was like, if I have 100 people dislike my video, but I have one caller who's willing to reach out and call and talk to me and not even want to be recorded, but Dad records everything, and this is my life and my blog, and this is the place in which you guys have chosen to sit, and so the rules of engagement are different between content creator and consumer. And it's not that consumer and content creator can't be one word, because damn it, I consume content, and you do too, and we all do. We all flip through our damn phones, and that's just the bottom line. It happens. From the nurses to the doctors to the bartenders, I've had them all on my show. I've had doctors, I've had bartenders, I've had nurses. Everybody is consuming content, and there's plenty of eyeballs to the content creator. There's plenty of eyeballs out there for everybody. Don't spend a waking minute trying to dog others out of free subs. Come on. Let's talk about dollar bills. Listen, you're probably never going to see monetization on any of my channels. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's a lie. I have monetization on channels. You're never going to see monetization on Dad with a Phone or Woodland Park Underground. Just not going to happen. These are my passions. These are the ones that are going to last forever. My monetization channels, that's just content for the flipper. That's just content that's going to live forever. It's the 401k plan, right? Whether it's a fishing show, a hunting show, a backpacking trip, a whitewater rafting, whatever it is. That's just a 401k. But Dad with a Phone and Woodland Park Underground, these are my life, right? This is my life story. This is the book in which I'm writing, in which my children's children's children will go back and watch. Right now, Dad with a Phone is focused on this true crime stuff, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong. This stuff is interesting. I don't know how long I can go, but it's fun. This small community of true crime people, there are some really good folks. I mean, salt to the earth kind of people, both consumer and creator. And so think about that when you're in these chats on my channel. Because right now, I got Colorado Crime Con, which is Jenny. I got Danielle. I got, who else is in here? Is that it? Is that all my wrenches right now? I don't know if Christy's in here. True Crime Truth Finder's got a wrench. And Christy's in here maybe. So these the wrenches in my channel with the so I got Danielle, which is someone I've known for as long as I've known my wife, and Colorado Crime Con for someone I've known at least 10 years. True Crime Truth Finder, we did an extensive background check on her via Jenny. So we know a little bit about her. Then we got Christy. Christy I've never met, but I'm gonna be honest. Christy sent Hoshin potions to my wife, and Christy may or may not do background checks on people too. I'm just saying. And so wrenches I realized are handed out like freaking butter on a lot of people's channels. It was a mistake I made quickly, and very much was like, oh shit, I cannot be dealing with drama between my wrenches. And so when I had drama between the wrenches, I was like, oh, let me find some wrenches that if they become drama, then I'll de-wrenchitize them. But either way, wrenches will not be handed out like politicians get elected here. We're not going to vote on them. We're not going to. And I am like right now, True Crime Truth Finder is a wrench, but I almost feel like J is for Justice is a wrench. But I almost, and I'm not going to de-wrench Jay because she will freaking slaughter me. She wouldn't care at all. But the next thing I'm about to say is I probably won't wrench any more content creators because I just won't do it. So J is for Justice and True Crime Truth Finders are probably the only content wrenches that you're going to see happen on. Now that could be wrong because someone could come in tomorrow and be a partner or whatever. And the reason I say that is because wrenches are partners in a brand or a company or a story, right? Where I just told you this is my story that is going to live forever. When you have a wrench on your channel, those are partners. They affect your channel. And when they affect your channel, you want to know who the hell your partners are, you know? And so that's kind of how important wrenches are. I know a lot of places hand out wrenches like babies, and maybe it's because of money, maybe it's because of a lot of difference, but for longevity purposes, man, you can't have a board of directors that's 35 people deep, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to trust the people, first of all, that got your wrench. And it's one of those things that these are the partners in your brand, whether it be your true crime brand or your own life brand or whatever. So wrenches aren't going to be handed out and trust me, I'm not even saying Danielle or Jenny or any of them will ever have a wrench forever. Yeah, I've been watching my wrenches. And so I got to watch them. You got to see how they're acting. You got to see what comments they are deleting, which ones they aren't. I don't want to be bothered with it. Like, I don't care. They all have full power. Like, they can delete with zero question from me. Like, if somebody gets deleted by one of my wrenches and then I get a freaking message from somebody, I'll be like, well, I'll look into it, but I don't know. Because I don't delete people or wrench people out. And so there are still some channels that I keep a close tab on myself on my Facebook page, but on my YouTube, it's run by the people in blue right there. And so if you get deleted, don't cry to me. You can cry to those folks. Now, if your t-shirt doesn't get delivered, cry to me. But if you get wrenched off here, then don't cry to me, because these are my partners, and I've chosen to partner with these people. And so there you go. Just be lucky I don't have like 35 wrenches. Because if I had 35 wrenches, can you imagine trying to make a decision on something with 35 people trying to make a decision? Not happening. Plus, I like to see the people in white, because to me, the people in white are the consumer. Now, Danielle's a consumer, Colorado Crime Con's a consumer, True Crime, Truth Finder are consumers. But in this channel, they're kind of partners and wrenches, right? But they go consume other places. But everybody in white on my channel, you guys are all consumers. So you guys are the ones that are sitting here watching this crap. And when I say crap, I'm talking about me, right? Because there's a billion other channels you could be watching. And so, thank you. I hope that my chat room stays drama free unless the drama's directed at me. And wrenches are hearing this. They know what drama can be directed at me. And Dad's a tough skin. I want to hear from the consumer. I don't want to hear from the... We won't even mention them today. I don't want to hear from the people under the bridges. The people under the bridges, if they get wrenched out, bye-bye. Good. Go. There's 6 billion other channels. But just some etiquette in the chat. There you go. Okay, are y'all mad now? I hope that's you just deleted and blocked people like me. I don't know who did. Casey Holloway, I put you in timeout. You got put in timeout. See, Casey likes being a consumer better anyway. See, Jamie Texas Chick. See, there's another content creator. I think Jamie Texas Chick was a wrench over here for a little bit. And then I took her wrench away, not because Jamie Texas Chick did anything. Maybe she wasn't a wrench over here, but maybe she was. I think I took her wrench away. It was because I had made this kind of rule about content creators getting wrenches. And so, Jamie, if you just showed up, this is chat etiquette. No drama llama. But Jamie's not that. But that's just a perfect example about somebody getting a wrench and then taking a wrench away. And they're still coming back, which isn't, they're not mad. See, she just blew kisses. So it's just it's a chat etiquette that really will help build each other's channels. If when a content creator comes into a chat and they drive that chat, that's totally cool if it's driven about the channel. If they come in, if I go in and I start driving other conversations in chat to drive people to my channel, I'm taking away from that content creator. And listen, I have done this. I told you, I gave you an example of the biggest example, and it was one of those times I did it, and then the content creator called me out, and it was Jay, and Jay was like, don't do that video till after I'm done. And I was like, you're right. Why did I even say that? I should have just texted you that, you know? And then I didn't do it for a while, and then she was texting me saying, why haven't you started a live chat? And I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble now. So don't go try to drive people away from, if you're a content creator, don't come here. Like, the wrenches are going to watch that. And if a content creator shows up and says, I'm about to go live and I'm going to be going for 2 hours, you know, come here and see me. My wrench is going to look at that and go, that's not real good etiquette. Now, I don't know if I'm going to give them permission to just kick those people out, to put them in timeout, whatever you can do on YouTube. But it's just etiquette among content creators. And the name calling thing on my channel got to stop. And the name calling channel about other content creators has got to stop. Yeah. If a content creator comes in and is just rude in a channel, those people are getting wrenched. And Dad with the phone might call them out. So I mean, if they act like that, they act like that. If you're just joining, like yesterday, what I thought was going to be fun troll bait turned out to be like, oh wait, I forgot I invited the trolls to show their faces. And so some of them showed their faces. So I thought I would just talk about etiquette inside the chat kind of deal. And everybody's channel is going to be different. And I apologize now to the consumer. Because there are some channels you're going to be able to go to and you're not going to be able to say, like, they'll kick Casey out, right? You're not going to be able to do what Casey does and get stay. But Casey, we have decided, is just our, like, redheaded stepchild. And then you're not going to get away with stuff in other channels. And so you got to be careful, because some people are going to have stricter rules than here, and others are not going to have strict rules at all. And you're going to be able to say whatever you want about whoever you want and however you want. And you got and that's up to those individual channel creators. And so Dad's etiquette to live video really only applies to my channels. It doesn't apply to everyone's channels, obviously. I could care less. I really care less about what other people are doing. If they are capable enough of keeping my attention, I'm going to watch them. If they are not capable of keeping my attention, I may not watch them, but I may help them. I may purposely go to other people's channels, and especially if they've had me on their channel and I go over there and say hello, it's going to be to go, hey, killing it. What's going on? What are you talking about? Da, 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 right? I'm going to try never to hijack another channel. Only because I've seen it happen. Like, I've watched it happen, not like on my channel, because it just hasn't really happened like that. But I've seen it happen on other people's channels, and I'm like, that's just not good etiquette. Like, I don't want to be that content creator. I don't want to try to go hijack someone's live chat. Now, no. There are some rules here, though. There are some real rules. If one content creator is talking about another content creator, I am almost of the belief that that other content creator should have the right to address the chat. Now, some people would say, oh, well, if anybody mentions a content creator, then someone could jump in and start defending that content creator. Because this is an excuse that some people give via emails, via chat, via their videos, that I am here to defend. Well, then go on your channel and defend. Right? Don't get up and try to hijack a chat. Grow a set of cojones, draw more people to your channel, and defend. Now, when it comes to Dad with a phone, if he starts talking about a content creator and that content creator happens to show up in live chat, I almost think they should be able to just be let loose, at least for that video, right? But I don't make all the rules. I have a board of directors sitting over there in blue. And if they decide, well, we outvoted Dad and that person didn't get to stay, I am not going to argue with that. Just saying. Yeah, it's not fair for creators to come into a live and say they're going live and then everyone goes there. Not cool if that channel asks if they're going live. That's different. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jamie. Absolutely. And that's where I think there is an agreement that can be made amongst individual creators, right? If I have an agreement either on paper or in person or whatever, and it's this agreement, right? But it's an agreement of we're partnering together, right? And so if you've partnered up with other channels to do cool stuff, shit, I try to use my channel to push to other people's channels as much as possible, only in hope that someday when one of those big channels becomes superstars, that they'll remember the little people like Dad with a phone. And so you never know who the next freaking, Dr. Phil is, and so on the YouTube, who's the biggest crime? Like, I think the genre is so big, it probably is impossible because there are crime people a lot of you don't even know about. And like yesterday I was mentioning a guy that I have actually communicated with on Twitter and DM back and forth with him. And I just mentioned his style and because I can't write, really, because I don't write down shit. I just shoot from the hip. I'm different. I'm like writing as I go in video or in audio. Because I don't script out shows, I was like, well, he's a scripted show. It's a little different than these live shows. And so or an interactive show where you can take call-ins or this, that, and the other. And so I mentioned that, and then all of a sudden, people think they have to jump to their defense. I am here to defend. Listen, I jump to people's defense all the time. I'll slay a mother for some people, you know? That's how much I don't care, right? So I understand that mentality. But how you do that, just a word to the wise, if you're such a big dog, you should do it with your biggest audience. That's how it should go down. But that's just a content creator tip. Yeah, don't try to hijack people's shows. That's terrible. Such a terrible ethical thing to do, you know. When you partner with people, like it's a partnership, right? And I understand people don't try to step on people's toes, but I don't make a schedule around people's live videos. I don't go, I'm going to go live. Let me see who else is live right now. I just don't do it. If I get a while, I push start. Most of the time, more often than not, I just push start. I don't even have a damn clue what I'm going to talk about. And so don't get mad at me if all of a sudden I'm live. And here's the other thing. Oh, my gosh. Content creators. Don't get mad at me if a follower mentions me. That's like not my fault. If someone comes into your chat and says such and such did this, I did not do that thinking that they were going to come over there and say those things. So and you better be careful because your followers try to play you like fiddles. They're learning from dad. Dad tries to play corporate and mass media like fiddles, and now consumers are try to play me like a fiddle. And they give me money. That's the worst part about it. They'll give me money, and then they think that they have some sort of control to tell me what I can and can't do. And I've said this before. This is my book, my channel. I've turned down a lot bigger money. Now I'm trying to take actually big money, but I'm trying to take it in a way that I don't ever have to sacrifice what I say. And so, except for some swear words. If all I have to do is sacrifice some swear words, I'm going to sacrifice some swear words for big ass money. But if you buy a t-shirt, or if you send PayPal, or if you buy a mugshot shirt, or you buy a ticket to CrimeCon, you're buying a product. You're buying if you give even, you're giving because you like to listen, right? Or whatever. And so, don't think that that's ever going to be your reward, is that now I get to tell dad or somebody what to do. I take advice from everybody. So if you are like, I have an idea, or you want to tell me something, like that whole, here's an advice kicker. Leah is the one who sent me a message about the whole mock trial. I didn't even remember it was Leah until she said that. And I thought that was brilliant. I'm going to steal that idea from Leah, and we're going to do a mock trial. And then she was like, well, I'm going to be the judge. And I was like, the hell you're going to be the judge on my channel? And even though it was her idea, right? So even though we're partners because you're a consumer and I'm a creator, and you're consuming, and you may be giving towards it, or you may not be giving, or you may be watching and consuming, or you may be buying a product like a shirt or something, man, don't do that with the intent that then you can send me a message and you get a private chat or something. I don't know why I'm saying that, because I don't think a lot of that's happened at all. Nobody's actually done that yet. But there has been like some weird stuff that I'm like, man, how do you say no? Or I feel obligated. Maybe it's more me probably sometimes where I feel obligated. But I'm not going to feel obligated. So I can't promise anything. So because I'm just not going to feel obligated to do anything or change anything. I hope that makes sense. Hope that doesn't confuse anyone. I do understand part of this is entertainment, And so you guys are being entertained, but then I'm trying to get back to, damn, I would rather talk about the case. I like to ramble. I don't script, but I like to ramble. I try to engage. Hit that like button. See? What's that? Casey, we all know you just want to be the one heard above us all. Oh, is this her yelling again? What? Yep, I'm yelling. Sorry, guys, but got to use caps at work required. And if I don't leave it on, I forget. So y'all just got to deal with it. I'm the consumer, remember? The consumer is right. So, Casey, what you're telling me, so just so everybody can understand this, what you're saying, Casey, and tell me if I'm right, Casey, you are the consumer. But because you're at work and something you do, you have to leave caps on. So you just leave it on all the time when you're not working and you're chatting in here. And so you just leave it on all the time. I got you. So this is more of like a corporate thing. Do they have like a keystroke recorder that they're recording your shit to? Because it's going to be hard. Nope. I'm the quiet one. Well, I don't understand. Why do you have to have You have to have caps on at work, right? All right. Hopefully that's what you're saying. That you're doing this because your job requires it. Now I'm just wondering if your job is going to record all your keystrokes. Yeah, Casey was quiet last night. She was quiet, but she gave us some nuggets. She gave us a few nugs. Y'all notice how Dad had to verify. I wasn't taking nobody's word for that being the real Casey. She remembered one thing, and then she also brought something else up, which I think it was all done in private message, so she verified that she was who she said she was. What is April asking about somebody found safe? Anything about the missing teen Caleb near you with a dog that went missing? Yes, he was found safe. No extra words. It was kind of I bet it was like one of those a 15-year-old boy snuck out and did something he wasn't supposed to do and didn't want to come home. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was something we found out about Casey. Casey is a long-time true crime follower on ID, Oxygen, all those networks. But Dad called her over to the dark side. That's what we did find out. That's a true-ass statement. Casey, well, did you record last night, True Crime True? Well, of course it's recorded. It's in YouTube land, so I can go rip it from there. Casey said can I rip that True Crime Truth Finder? Just to pull that little clip out. That's like a perfect little commercial for me to send to the networks, is to have a consumer say, oh yeah, I used to watch this, this, and this, and then I came to Dad with a phone. So I kind of want to pull that out. Or if you want to pull that out and send it to me, I won't rip your video. But that was like a really good commercial. Anyway. I just had to remember that. I need to go get that little commercial from Casey. Absolutely. Only Dad with a phone can rip my video. That's funny. Did y'all hear that? That was permission given, but only Dad with the phone. Nice. I just want that little section, actually. I mean, the whole video is cool, but that one part where I asked Casey, how did you come to watching Dad with the true crime stuff? And I couldn't have wrote that better. That's like a commercial for Dad with the phone when he sends it to the network. I'm like, oh, you need to keep watching it. By the way, y'all should keep watching Oxygen. They don't own me, though. Um, I'm drinking some brilliant sweet tea right now. My wife made some fresh. The costumes. The little jib jabs or whatever. Better screenshot that D-Wop. I'm sure one of my wrenches got that. I'm gonna send that to YouTube when I get a copyright infringement. I'm not worried about it at all. I wasn't even gonna ask permission, but I was like, wait a minute, I was on your show. I own at least a quarter of that show, don't I? Wait, there was 5 of us. I own 20%. Probably the actually possession goes to 9/10 of the consumer there, but that's another thing. Oh my gosh. Copyrights. Shit. Yeah, good people find each other. Texas chick, I watched Oxygen and ID, but watch YouTube first and pause when my faves go live. Nice. I'm assuming, see, I should screenshot that one right there. Command Shift 4, and we're going to send this to the Oxygen network right now. Y'all think I'm kidding? And then when I send her that clip, she's going to be like, oh, shit. We lost Casey because of Dad with a phone. Casey just sent me her address. She wants a t-shirt. I think I said I was going to give her a t-shirt. Ooh. That would be awesome. Yep.
My mom got me home.
Oh, don't stay. What are you standing on? Oh, there's a block. Okay.
My mom got me home.
She went to the doctor, so maybe in a couple of hours. That was my littlest one, Ella. I forgot I was live for a second. I started typing. I think I'm going to roll this video down. It's 50 minutes. We're done. Say goodbye. Come here and say bye. Let me put you on video. Let me get in here and put you on video so you can say goodbye to the folks. Say goodbye to the folks. Where are we? Bam.
Bye.
Wait. Bye-bye?
Bye.
You sure bye?
Yes.
Say hit like and subscribe.
Hit like and subscribe.
And what else you want to say? Anything else? No, you done? We're out of here. It's Dad with a phone. Thanks for watching. Some rules, some fun, some whatever else in life there is. We're out.